All right, and we're going to get started here as we have the 5-seeded Indiana Pacers facing off the 4-seeded Miami Heat. The Pacers took the Heat in Game 1 as it was a huge, dominant performance by the Pacers defense and Victor Oladipo and Sabonis. We'll see what happens next on this game. Big game, do you think the Heat are going to take this one, or are they going to play similar to Game 1?
I think Miami will come out with some adjustments here. I think you'll see a lot better game out of Jimmy Butler. And I think you'll see Kendrick Nunn have a much improved game after his struggles in Game 1. So I do like Miami's chances here at home, trying to split this to go to Indiana 1-1. For the Pacers, they're going to need a big game out of Sabonis. And if Victor Oladipo can get it going early like he did last game, I believe he had 6 or 8 points in the first quarter, mostly on fast break dunks. That'll be big for the Pacers if they can jump out early.
And Indiana, really, the key was the defense in that Game 1. I don't know if we're going to see that perfect defense come out again because Miami was just missing some easy shots as well. Now, if Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo really want to win this series, it's going to be up to them, as they were both very disappointing in Game 1 of this series. All right, and it seems like we're going to get started here, as well the tip-off against Miles Turner and Bam Adebayo at half court. And the Heat win the tip. Here we go.
We'll see here as well if the Miami Heat try to get Duncan Robinson some open threes right away. A nice drive there by Jimmy Butler baseline and finishes with a nice layup.
Yeah, it's good to see him already attacking the paint early, as he seemed to settle for a lot of mid-range jumpers in the last game. Ooh, tough three there. Malcolm Brogdon cannot hit it.
Comes Robinson off the
Oh,
screen.
good pass.
Well, a pass to
Somehow gets that through.
Adebayo. Flips one up, doesn't get to go. Forward by Oladipo.
We'll see if they'll keep up their fast pace as they did. Oh, there is a mismatch in the post here. Sabonis, but they're going to go to TJ Warren. And they're still going to go to the mismatch to Sabonis as he has Kendrick Nunn on him. Ooh, tough fadeaway, and it's no good.
Kendrick Nunn with Sabonis on him here.
Oh, Miles Turner loses his
Down
man.
low.
Miami has a good start so far on offense. Malcolm Brogdon for three
Oladipo
once
kicks out to
again.
Brogdon. And
Cannot
Brogdon
hit.
starts off 0 for 2 from downtown.
Oh, Jimmy Butler wide open in the corner. It is good.
And Jimmy Butler hits the open three in the corner there on a pass from Duncan Robinson. Miami up 7-0 here quick at home.
You know, the key big game throughout this whole playoffs has been duos. As we know, the NBA's became more of a duos lead this offseason. And Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo have all 7 of Miami's points. And we saw yesterday the key was the star power in some of the games to become blowouts. We'll see if Miami can do the same today.
As you've seen there, Sabonis got the tip in off a missed shot. Jimmy
Whoa!
Butler. It looks as if Jimmy Butler was looking to maybe lob that to Adebayo, but Miles Turner was having none of it and threw that one into the fifth deck here.
Wow, that's the interior defense Miami's going to need as, Miles Turner once again. Oh, but he swats it.
And blocks Adebayo. Derrick Jones Jr. with the board. He can't finish. Sabonis with the rebound. Some tough missed layups here for the Miami Heat early.
Malcolm Brogdon takes yet another shot. Sabonis is there. Domantas Sabonis hits the first free throw. And he also hits the second. Miami is still up in this one, 7-4, but the interior defense has been the key so far for the Pacers. However, Malcolm Brogdon has started off 0 for 3.
I want to follow there on Miles Turner as Jimmy Butler goes to the line.
And we'll see if Jimmy Butler can convert on both free throws here. He does. Ooh, constant attempts for a post-up as Domantas Sabonis has some mismatches right now. Wow, another offensive rebound.
Oladipo board, though, by Sabonis.
No, big game. Have you trusted the Heat switches onto Sabonis or Miles Turner in the post so far?
Well, it's worked out as they're up here. Oh, and a nice lob there by Jimmy Butler. Adebayo finishes with the slam. But something to look at here is obviously the bigs of the Pacers have not been able to score the ball really well here, but they have gotten plenty of offensive rebounds.
You know, if you're the Heat, it's going pretty well as planned as my Pacers just continue to miss shots here, even though their interior defense has been very good to start.
Oh, and Jimmy Butler with a tough finish right there over Sabonis and gets it to fall in the paint. A 13-4 run here to start this game for the Miami Heat.
And there it is, the mismatch. Can Sabonis finish through contact? He does. No foul, but basket is good.
Oh, Jay Crowder with some good defense there, and Sabonis down low. Sabonis just a much better post player than Crowder's post defense there.
With this lineup in, Hero's playing shooting guard, Jimmy Butler at small forward, and then that moves Jay Crowder to that power forward. So it's going to be tough for someone to guard Sabonis right now, especially with him heating up.
As there he is, Dragic on him, and Dragic strips it from Sabonis. Miami running here, Tyler Hero on the break. He has Oladipo.
Wow,
nice.
tough
finish.
finish.
Nice move there by Tyler Hero.
Wow, and the Heat are looking very good early here. We'll see if they go to the hot hand and Sabonis. He's taken almost all their shots other than Malcolm Brogdon.
Reach and foul there on Goran Dragic.
And Goga Bitadze has checked in here for the Pacers. Now, many might not know his name, but he had a great game one in this one after hitting a tough and one and a fadeaway over Miles Leonard. And he was one of the keys for the Pacers' comeback. And wow, Jeremy Lamb has not been shooting well this series so far, and it continues.
And now Jeremy Lamb gets a nice facial there. Kendrick Nunn on the fast break throws one down. Or was that was Andre Iguodala?
Yes, it was Andre Iguodala
with a major slam. Miami with a stellar first quarter here as they're up by 11 here over the Pacers in game 2.
And we're back from Miami as the Heat are right now leading 17-6 over the Pacers. as this has been exactly Eric Spoelstra's game plan to start the first quarter. Big game, how do the Pacers react with their bench into the second quarter?
Well, Jeremy Lamb has to stop. And right on spot, Jeremy Lamb with a turnover. Jeremy Lamb has to play better.
Wow, and a
drives
foul on the
Jeremy
fast
Lamb
break.
picks up a foul there. Jeremy Lamb cannot seem to do anything right currently. Iguodala with another bucket there.
You know, if you're Nate McMillan, are you thinking about pulling him? This is a playoff game on the road. You can't make mistakes early like this. No, you'd
Jeremy
like to
Lamb
see
looking
Doug
to take another
McDermott
tough
on
shot
the.
here.
Oh, he's in the. Whoa, where is that
and
pass
McDermott
going?
It looks like Myers Leonard did get a piece of that. I was not sure if McDermott just threw that one out of bounds or what happened, but obviously Leonard got a piece of it.
Aaron Holiday with the wide open jumper. It is good. And here comes Goran Dragic off a screen. They looked to wait on the pass.
Dragic for the step back deep deuce there, no good.
Ooh, tough three in the corner, and Andre Iguodala cannot hit it. Both Holiday brothers are in here as we have Aaron Holiday and Justin Holiday.
Justin Holiday gets in the corner on pass from McDermott. He drives on Myers Leonard. Myers Leonard with some good defense, but it doesn't matter as Justin Holiday able to finish over him. 10-point lead here for Miami.
Wow, and the Pacers only shooting 27% even with that finish to start the game. The only way the Pacers are going to come back
turnover
is going to be the defense. You know, big game, is this the right move going with basically no power forward in their lineup?
Yeah, obviously they're struggling right now. I cannot believe right now the Indiana Pacers not getting Doug McDermott some more looks. As Jeremy Lamb with another tough three, and that doesn't go.
Yeah, if you're the Pacers, I know you want your key role player off the bench, but if he's not hitting shots, you got to pull him out or at least have him pass out of the shot. And looks like Kendrick Nunn still.
And a great
no,
pass
it's
there by
Malcolm
Nunn.
Brogdon is still ice cold from the first quarter.
Kendrick Nunn with a nice pass there to Adebayo, who finishes down low.
And Jeremy Lamb was pulled for Malcolm Brogdon, just so everyone knows. Oh, what a bounce pass.
And a great pass there, Doug McDermott. What a pass.
Big game with this unit out for the Pacers. Do you think Malcolm Brogdon can take them to a comeback against the Heat's bench as well as some of the starters?
Well, in my opinion, he's going to have to here with no Oladipo. He's going to have to be the force of their offense. Obviously, no Jimmy Butler out there for Miami. Miami has been trying to ride with Andre Iguodala taking the shots, and that has not panned out.
You know, when Malcolm Brogdon asked for more expectations in the offense and he was signed by the Pacers, this is his opportunity to do so in the playoffs. And Goga Bitadze misses the first free throw after being fouled in the paint. Here comes Kendrick Nunn in the pick and roll with Bam Adebayo, and he dribbles it back out.
Here comes Hero. Oh, the floater. Oh, my Lord. Tyler Hero hits the deck. after Miles Turner absolutely detonates on the ball there. Miles Turner's had a few monster blocks here in the first half of this game.
Wow, but he's allowed Bam Adebayo to cut him every out of bounds play. Oh, Duncan Robinson gets a mid range but cannot hit. Oh, but they do get the offensive board. And it gets tipped back to TJ Warren.
TJ Warren takes a step back free throw line jumper that's no good. None with the board. Oh, and they allow Duncan Robinson pull up three. That's no good. An open look there for Duncan Robinson. Just couldn't convert. As now he doesn't, decides not to pass to Sabonis right there. Sabonis had a wide open lane.
You got to go to Miles Turner here. He's on fire and has a smaller defender in Jay Crowder on him.
Well, I don't know if they're going to have enough time as the clock is winding down here. TJ Warren forced to put up a tough shot and finishes over Jay Crowder.
Wow, as we're looking at this game, the Heat have to feel like they should have at least a 15-plus point lead. Pacers are not shooting well, and they've had just periods of this game where they can't score, yet they're only down 7.
Well, something to see out of Miami here is there's another turnover for Miami. They've had multiple now here in this second quarter as TJ Warren drives and can't finish over Duncan Robinson. Is this little cut into the lead here is now all happened without Jimmy Butler. A high floater there by Nunn is no good. Offensive board Adebayo, no good on layup. Gets it back again, and this time it's fouled on his layup attempt by Miles Turner. And Adebayo will go to the line for 2 shots.
Can't fault Miles Turner other than not getting the right position there. He did a great job trying to defend Bam Adebayo until the foul. And Adebayo misses the second.
Comes Oladipo putting the moves. Oh, and he finds a driving Malcolm Brogdon with an open lane. Brogdon finishes, and it's 11-3 run now for the Pacers here in the last 4:45.
You know, after Jimmy Butler,
Jimmy Butler has checked back into the game here.
Yeah, the ball has to go into his hands, and there it is, wide open 3, and it's good. Wow, and as we say it, Jimmy Butler's the key for the Heat. Got to focus on the offense between Butler and Adebayo. Oh, it's steal by Nunn.
And Tyler Hero is able to execute on the layup there. And just like that, Miami's lead is back up to 11 here. About 10 seconds left for the Pacers to try and score a bucket here before half and get some momentum going into halftime.
Wow, that's just deflating for the Pacers as they had this lead down to 6. And Victor Oladipo takes a fadeaway
3.
No good.
That's off the front iron of the rim. And Miami is up 11 here in game 2 going into halftime.
All right, now we're going to look at our halftime stats. It's been a game of runs so far, but Miami does end the second quarter on a little 5-0 run to get the 11-point lead. And now for our halftime stats, the Pacers down 11 here, shooting 30%. The rebound game is even as both teams have been strong on the offensive glass, but the Heat's ball movement's been the key, as well as the Pacers defense to even have them in this ball game shooting 30%. Big game, what do you take out of this?
Well, what says a lot here is you can see the Pacers rebounding is equivalent with Miami's, but Miami with 4 more assists and obviously shooting 46% to the Pacers 30%. But again, what sticks out in my eye, Jimmy Butler, the true star of Miami, with 12 first half points, and he got them out to this lead early in the first half, and they've been able to hold on to it since.
And as we're back here in the second half, it is 28-17 Miami, as this has been Miami's game. Most of the game is they've been shooting pretty average 46% compared to the Pacers 30%. Ooh, a nice turnaround
for the
jumper.
turnaround jumper.
And if you're the Pacers, how do you fix that field goal percentage in the second half?
Well, that was a great start there. You get Sabonis down the block and you allow him to do work. As Duncan Robinson with a deep three, that's no good. They have to get the ball in the post to Miles Turner and Sabonis and feed the mismatches. And obviously, Oladipo is going to have to take better shots and hit the shots along with T.J. Warren and Malcolm Brogdon.
Oh, Oladipo with a step back, no good.
See, that was a shot I don't mind, though, for Victor Oladipo. It was an open look. Oh, and a lob here to Adebayo finishes. Kendrick Nunn on the pass.
You know, you said early in the show, big game, the key was Kendrick Nunn having a great game too. And you know what? He hasn't done it much with his scoring, but it's been his passing that's been the key.
He has had a few great passes. Is there? Victor Oladipo misses a layup, a contested layup. Miami has numbers here. They're going to try and run. Kendrick Nunn drives down. But as you were saying, yes, Kendrick Nunn has had a few very good passes here today, and that has really helped Miami get this lead. As Jimmy Butler missed on a deep two there.
Seems like Malcolm Brogdon's going to come around the screen. Sabonis is going to give it to T.J. Warren, though. Oh, swatted by
and
Butler.
blocked by Jimmy Butler.
Uh-oh, that might...
Oladipo open in the corner for three.
Wow, and that block comes back to
9.
haunt the Miami Heat on that one.
Oh, and now a turnover here. None the turnover. Oladipo picks his pocket, and Oladipo is fouled by Duncan Robinson there.
Yeah, and I think if you're the Heat, that's a good foul to avoid the fast break.
Well, if you're Miami here, you just got to withstand the run that the Pacers are going to go on. 'Cause you know they're going to go on one as their Miles Turner misses a layup.
Oh, Goran through
what
the
a feed
paint.
there. I believe that was Duncan Robinson with a beautiful pass to Goran Dragic, who finishes with a nice lefty layup.
And this is what you like to see out of Miami. The ball movement has been why their offense is doing so well. Malcolm Brogdon in the paint, and he hits a tough jumper in the corner. Pacers still shooting, though. 33%. Now, big game, if you're the Heat, how do you pull this game away and end it on at home, sending it to the Pacers Stadium in Game 3 in Indiana?
Well, they're going to continue to need buckets out of Jimmy Butler as he missed that last jumper right there. And they're going to need Bam Adebayo to not only play some great defense, but to score the ball on offense as well. As there's a turnover there and a pass ahead to Jimmy Butler. And Jimmy Butler finishes with a one-handed stiff arm flush, throws it down. And a timeout by Indiana here after that dunk really got Miami fans on their feet. And the lead is back to 11 for the Heat.
And Nate McMillan, probably a smart move right there, as they did not want that momentum continuing for the Heat, especially in a home crowd that is desperate for a win, not to go down 2-0. And the Heat will be bringing in their bench as they now have Miles Turner at center, Goga Bitadze at power forward. Jeremy Lamb is back in with Justin Turner between the small forward and the shooting guard position. And TJ McConnell at point guard.
Some nice defense there by Kelly Olynyk, and now Kelly Olynyk does not finish that bucket as Myers Leonard finishes off that bucket with a slam. And the lead continues to grow here for Miami, and another turnover. Myers Leonard gets the ball that time.
Going double center for Miami. Do you think this is a key move here by Eric Spoelstra to try and bring out this lead with some offensive rebounds?
I do, as they're going Tigers with a nice free throw line jumper. Extends the lead to 15 now for Miami.
Ooh,
Oh,
TJ
oh, oh,
McConnell.
and then, oh, McConnell with a nice finish there in the paint.
You know, we saw him do that many years in Philadelphia, and he's bringing that here tonight.
Olynyk with a nice jumper there on a pass from Miles Leonard. The two big men playing very well together here in this third quarter.
If Miami can hold a lead, 10 plus, I think bringing in Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and the rest of the starters is going to be. This game will be all but over for the Pacers. Goga in the post takes that tough fadeaway and he hits it. Wow.
You see about a 6-second differential. Oh, and Tyler
Oh,
Hero
what a
and
finish.
one. Oh, Tyler Hero drives on Jeremy Lamb and gets the bucket and one. And as I was saying, there was about a 4-second differential between shot and game clock there, but that did not matter as Tyler Hero saw the opening and Jeremy Lamb with yet another miserable play here in this game, as he has not had a good series.
You know, Eric Spoelstra's just let his rookies play. Tyler Hero and Kendrick Nunn have really reacted well after a poor game one. However, the guy we need to see come out here is Duncan Robinson. He's not been taking the best shots. I would like to see him shoot even more.
Well, and we'll see if he gets the opportunity to shoot some more now in a 16-point game.
And we'll be back from Miami in a second. All right, and we are back in Miami as the Heat hold a 43-27 lead over the Indiana Pacers, as this game has been all about the Miami Heat's passing and also the Pacers' poor shooting. Wow, and another great pass into
nice
Bam,
pass.
and cannot finish.
He's fouled. Miles Turner picks up his third.
If you're Nate McMillan, how much time are you giving the starters to try and make a comeback in this one big game?
I'd give him about to the 4-minute mark. Then you bring back in the starters and see if they can work any kind of magic similar to what Dallas did the other night. Great defense there by Kendrick Nunn as Holiday dribbles it off his leg and that ball rolls out of bounds.
Let's see if the Heat can pull this to a 19 or 20 point deficit for the Pacers. Whoa, Kendrick Nunn circling all the way around and wide open.
But he's
Bam!
gonna find an open
Wow!
Adebayo, who throws down a two-handed jam, hangs on the rim for a bit. A 19-point lead now for Miami.
Can't ask for a better performance on the Miami Heat, especially with how great the Pacers defense has been in game one and game two. The Heat's defense really showed out tonight. Seven seconds on the shot clock. Over the Jay Crowder. He's going to have to take a tough paint shot. Oh, Miles Turner grabs it out of thin air. Wow.
Miles Turner with yet another amazing block here in game two. But sadly, his driving force on defense has not been enough for the Pacers to sustain or keep a lead here in this game, as they've been trailing almost the whole entire game.
You know, with how well Miles Turner's been playing on defense, big game, why are the Pacers not feeding him on offense as well?
Oh, and Kendrick Nunn that time with the turnover to Miles Turner. Miles Turner with yet another play. Oh, and there's a
Wow,
foul
and
by Jimmy
one.
Butler. An and one opportunity here as Victor Oladipo was able to finish that layup through the contact.
That's a tough finish. Victor Oladipo had many times in game one, but he's been pretty much
Oh, and he
absent
misses the free throw.
in game two.
Oh, and there's a pass to Derek Jones Jr. down below, and he'll finish. I believe that was another pass from Kendrick Nunn. Kendrick Nunn has really played well here today in this game too, passing the basketball.
Oh, Victor Oladipo for a wide open three. He cannot hit.
And the Pacers are just missing their open shots that they were hitting in game one, and Miami is making their shots that are open that they were missing in game one. A complete opposite story here between games 1 and 2 between these two teams.
Couldn't have said that better, big game. Victor Oladipo, 2 for 8, as he's having a similar performance as to what Jimmy Butler had in game one. You're completely right about the opposite game. Malcolm Brogdon hits the first, and we'll see if he can hit the second. It is good. We'll see if the Heat slow down the offense here to try and drain the clock in the fourth quarter.
No, and I believe they will. They'll look for the
Oh!
best shot available. Is Kendrick Nunn with some razzle dazzle, spins around the defense there and able to put in a nice lefty floater. Keeps the lead at 19. 2:54 left here in the fourth quarter. Miami is up.
And as we come out of that timeout, Miami leads 52-33, and we have our player of the game. Big game. Is this the game Jimmy Butler needed in this huge game two performance?
Well, it is, and then the big thing that stands out is obviously he's put in the points, but 6 of 9 shooting is what Jimmy Butler needs to do. He needs to take shots that are good for him, that he knows he's gonna make, and not take difficult shots. A miss by Brogdon there. Oh, and almost a turnover. It is a turnover. Adebayo turns it right over underneath their hoop to Victor Oladipo.
Ooh, and Miles Turner cannot hit the wide open mid-range.
And Adebayo is starting to stack up the rebounds here. Oh, and he makes a nice spin move on Sabonis. This spin cycle is coming out here in Miami. Back-to-back times down the floor, Miami has put on some beautiful spin moves and some finishes. The lead 21 now for Miami.
Wow, and Jimmy Butler's really having some great defense too, as TJ Warren has been also absent from this series so far. And another miss by Victor Oladipo.
And another rebound for Bam Adebayo.
And it seems like Nate McMillan is bringing in some subs. We'll see if he calls a timeout to bring the bench in.
Jimmy Butler puts up a tough one, no good. Oladipo with some razzle dazzle there on a one-handed punch dunk. Obviously, a little, too late for the Pacers here.
Big game. Is there any positives out of the Pacers going into Indiana tied 1-1?
Oh, there's always a good outlook when you're tied 1-1 as a lower seed going back home. And for Indiana, you have to be pretty thrilled about that. As you're tied 1-1, And obviously now it's a best of 3 in this series between Miami and Indiana's home court. We'll see if they're able to take this series out and then take care of business at home.
Great point.
Oh, and Bam a little furious there. He's called for a foul there.
Seems like Miami's also going to bring in their bench,
Mhm.
but they're going to leave Bam Adebayo in. And as you were talking about Bam Adebayo's huge rebounding performance, he has a double-double this game with 14 points, 12 rebounds. That's a great performance out of him and Jimmy Butler. Wow. Ooh, he almost gets a tip and the
And
offensive
another
rebound.
And we'll see what he can do here.
Whoa,
Oh, and he's
Goga
blocked.
blocks him.
Out of bounds Pacers ball as Kendrick Nunn could not keep that ball in play. With 17 seconds here, you see both teams still fighting to the last whistle.
And we'll see if the Pacers take one more shot here. Oh, they throw an
And a
alley-oop.
lob attempt. And it's blocked by Adebayo, and that should all but seal up this game here. And we have our first series that's knotted at 1 apiece as the Miami Heat blow out the Pacers here in Game 2, 56-36.
And we're going to go over to our post-game show and look at the box score. All right, we go over to the Heat side, as this was the performance they needed from their 2 stars. Jimmy Butler, 16 points on 6 of 11 shooting, makes both of his free throw attempts, and Bam Adebayo makes a great job in the paint as he scores 14 points, 13 rebounds. Can't ask for much more. And out of the rookies, Tyler Hero with 7 points, as well as Kendrick Nunn, 7 assists. Unbelievable job out of the youngster. What do you think about the Miami Heat's performance in Game 2?
And obviously those 7 assists by Kendrick Nunn match the playoff high so far, tying him with Kyrie Irving, who had 7 assists in yesterday's game when Brooklyn defeated Toronto and went up 2-0. Another thing that I see, Bam Adebayo with 4 offensive rebounds. Obviously, they were able to, Adebayo was able to stay on the glass offensively and get some extra shots from Miami. And obviously, Jimmy Butler, 16 points. Obviously, he missed a few more shots there in that fourth quarter, but you can't ask for much more of your superstars.
All right, we go over to the Pacers side. Domantas Sabonis seemed to be one of the strong points on the Pacers offense, taking 7 shots and making 4 of those, and almost getting a double-double with 10 points, 9 rebounds. Is there any other bright spots on the Pacers side's big game?
The only thing I could say for you is the offensive rebounds. I mean, Sabonis obviously had 3 offensive rebounds, but I believe 2 of those came on the first 2 possessions of the game or first couple of possessions of the game. Obviously, Miles Turner and Jeremy Lamb right there combined 0 for 6. You saw Victor Oladipo was 3 for 10, I believe. Doug McDermott doesn't even put up a shot. Not a game 2 that you're going to want to rewatch if you're the Indiana Pacers going into game 3 at home. You're going to have to play like you did in game 1, and obviously you're going to need bigger games out of Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis.
And I think that's all going to wrap up for us as Miami with a huge victory at home to tie up this series 1-1 as the Heat beat the Pacers 56-36. Thanks for joining us, and we'll take a short 5-minute break as the 6-seeded Houston Rockets play against the Denver Nuggets in 5 minutes. See you soon.